Greetings, I'm Demonac, and it's arena time. And I think it's about time for a Paladin. Now let's see if I can get a way better deck than that last one, because there were so many terrible-ass rows in the last one. I'm not a big fan of Desperate Stand. I like the Getaway Kodo better. Bringing it back with 1 hit point just seems like not as good. Since there are Shaman cards that do the same thing 1,000 times better, I realize it's like on class for the Shaman. All 3 of these are pretty decent. I think I gotta go with the Outfitter. Hydrologist. You aren't any good, really. You guys kind of all suck. I'm sure this thing can be amazing, but I guess too much work. Not likely to work out. I guess if it got buffed, no. Let's take the Lizard, because it's going to do its job. It's not going to do a great job, because it's not going to get the elemental bonus 99% of the time, if I even have any elementals in here, but it's 3/3 for 3, kind of better than those other guys for their casting cost. Necrotic Geist is pretty awesome. As Paladin, I could get up a bunch of 1/1s to do that. Let's take the Necrotic Geist. That seems like a solid pick. True Silver Champ. Stegodons are good, but True Silver Champ. Stegodons are fine, I should say. They're not great. True Silver Champion is pretty great. This guy is weird. This is potentially suicidal. I think I gotta take Avenging Wrath, even though the Bittertide Hydra is pretty interesting. The Blackguard's interesting too, but in the arena, I never end up with that taking a bunch of healing as a Paladin, so even though I get stuck with him sometimes, it's never worth it. 2 1/1s is not bad. Ooze, I like the stats better. Let's just take the Ooze. I'm not likely to have weapon destruction stuff. It's as a 4/3 for 3. It's not as much of a waste of a card as some things might be. Probably not going to have any healing to do that. I don't have any damage spells yet. Well, okay, I've got Avenging Wrath, but it's very expensive. It's unlikely to come up. I also don't have that many spells for the Auctioneer, but we'll take the Auctioneer. He'll probably draw us 1 card. This would be 2 elemental combo things that aren't themselves elementals, so that would suck. Imp Master? Having a lot of little guys is good. Or I could just take this, because it's a 2/3 for 2, and that's fine. Let's take the Imp Master. On the off chance it gets hand buffed, then it becomes much stronger with an extra point of attack. I don't have the spell damage to really take advantage of these guys. I'll take the Evolved Kobold in case I get Consecrates, but it just guarantees I'm not going to get Consecrates. I really like Divine Favor. I could go lower casting cost on my deck if I had 2 of these. With only 1, I don't know if it's worth it. Backroom Bouncer is not bad as a class that can generate token idiots. Let's take Divine Favor. I know often it doesn't work out, but no way in hell. You're usually just a 4 or 5 taunt, draw 1 card. Medivh can be pretty strong. Let's take Medivh. You get more stats for the cost, and then if I do cast any spells, I get free dudes. Hey, you're an awesome dude. More Avenging Wrath. What? This thing? Oh, this piece of crap. That'd be so hard to make this thing not suck. I mean, I guess you play it, you lose 1 Divine Shield. Now it's a 2-attack, 4-hit weapon. So okay. I can see why it has to be costed that way, but in the arena, no. We'll just take another Avenging Wrath, because why not? We'll take another True Silver Champion. My deck's getting expensive, especially for a deck that took Divine Favor. That's not going to work out too well. Light and Darkness is pretty good, too, but I gotta take the Bog Reaper, right? Fallen Sun Cleric should be fun. I actually like Blessing of Might, too, kind of. It sometimes doesn't seem like much for a card, but often you just put this on something and get a kill, or you can do a lot of damage, and if it sticks, if you don't lose it right away, it's a lot of damage. That said, the Fallen Sun Cleric being a minion is going to make it more valuable to me, I think. Even though I have stuff that cares about spells. You know what? I have some stuff that cares about spells. This should pay for itself. Let's just take it, because those others aren't fantastic. Wow, he could trigger my elemental combo, except the casting costs are backwards ass. I'm probably not going to get enough elementals for that to matter. What was the other one I even had? Oh yeah, Thunder Lizard. Yeah, no, that doesn't make any sense. Not taking anything based on the fact I have a Thunder Lizard. So, which means I should probably just take the Bouncer. You could make an argument for Bomb Squad. You're not wrong. It kills things, but it doesn't excite me. Humility is actually not that bad. It's severely downvalued in my mind just because there's a minion you can play that gives you a good sized minion for cheap and humility, which makes the spell on its own seem like crap. It's actually still pretty valuable, but I'm going to take the Outfitter. More hand buffing. You know what? I have 2 weapons. Bloodsail Raider, pretty good. Loot Hoarder is also good for drawing cards, but I need that power. This is a pretty bad row. I mean, if I hand buff the Devil's Egg, that's kind of cool, but there's still a pretty good chance I might not be able to make it attack. So it's just going to sit around. I'm actually going to take the Emperor Cobra. I don't want to have stuff that can't attack, but I don't want to take the more expensive things either. I don't have any end of turn effects, as cool as that guy is. Am I going to have enough things that have... couple... No, I'm really not likely to have enough guys that can benefit from the fight promoter, which is too bad, because based on that, that means the entire row sucks. You know what? We're going to take this anyway, because those other guys suck so bad. The risk-benefit on that might be massive. Having 3 Avenging Wrath seems cool, but I don't have enough stuff to keep me alive in the middle game. I'm going to take the crappy Horror, wishing he was Ascension. I don't have any dragons for you. I'm going to take... and I don't have any spell... I don't have a lot of spells to deal damage. Avenging Wrath is like an expensive 1-off, 2-off thing. I'm just going to take the Worgen. So I'm worried about living long enough to play all my Bog Creepers. That said, I really like Bog Creepers. I should take another gigantic Bog Creeper. Fallen Sun Cleric is pretty strong, but no. I'm not going to turn down a Bog Creeper. Or a Bone Mare. Anyway, Giant Wasp, I just took the Cobra. Giant Wasp is better than the Cobra by far, but I think we're going to take the Smuggler. Dark Conviction is very flexible. You take some work to get you. Like, I mean, yeah, no. I'm going to take the Dark Conviction. It is flexible. You know what? My deck is slow enough. Let's take the Forbidden Healing. There aren't a lot of cards that can just, like, heal you for 20 or whatever. There's some pretty good stuff in here. I'm worried it's a bit slow, but on the other hand, it's got a lot of heavy-hitting 6 and up cards. And it has a reasonable amount of cheaper stuff to keep me alive. Like, oh, I have no idea how this is going to go. And the hand buffing and the... My early game cards might be too weak overall. It's just, I might be too far behind in the tempo, and then by the time I get to Bog Creepers, if my opponent has an answer for the first one, I'm probably dead. That's how I see things going. I'm going to pitch the Horror in the hopes of getting something cheaper, or just a weapon. I got the weapon. Now that gives me a hard choice, because do I play the Raider or save it for later? Bloodseal now or Bloodseal later? I don't have a choice yet. Yeah. Bloodseal beats that thing, but is it worth beating that thing? If I just make a 1/1, it's just going to die, though. You know what? I'm not going to frig around with that. As awesome as... It's a 6/3, it just dies to something anyway. As cool as that potentially is, I'm not going to freak out over it. I'm just going to do my job, smash things. But... buff things. I could play that, but I don't think I need to. Okay, that guy doesn't really need to be bigger. Buffing something else is almost always better than buffing the huge minion, but fine. Okay, now what? That's a fair-sized dude. Let's use the Bloodsail Raider. For justice. And board control. If I can maintain board control somehow, this becomes awesome. Although, since I don't have other ways to kill things other than attacking, it's probably not. If he just played a minion, that this could kill and survive somehow. Or if something I could kill with the sword. No. Damn it. Well, I've got a fatty for him. Getting a third Bog Creeper did improve the odds on that somewhat. You know what? Let's just take it out. Let's try and get some board control going on. Because it made this guy bigger and whatever. That's too bad, though. If my opponent had played something that I could kill with the sword, then I could have got away with playing this, drawing a card, and having it still be alive, and thus potentially draw more than one card, which is obviously when it becomes amazing. If I get the Auctioneer, that would also be pretty sweet. Okay, well, that sucks. I need my other sword. That is not my other sword. Nope. I was hoping for the guy, although it wouldn't have done the job anyway. Damn it. I'll take the Getaway Kodo. Do I play the Getaway Kodo? Yeah, I'm going to play the Getaway Kodo. Back of the line. I hate to do that, but what are you going to do? I kind of like the idea of making a 1-1, but I don't want to with the Getaway Kodo out there. I'd rather have the Hydrologist go out again. Although that guy's going to spawn more junk, which is unfortunate. Speaking of junk, holy junk, Batman. Oh, that didn't even kill the Hydrologist, so that's kind of funny. It has to survive, right? So if I just kill it with the Hydrologist, that's fine. And that is 4, 5, 6 hit points. Yeah, that's not enough hit points to kill the Bog Creeper, and even if it was, I would get it back. So, you know what? Sorry, Hydrologist combo. I'm just killing that thing. Get rid of your armor. So if he can kill my 3-1 somehow, that's annoying, because then I don't get as good value out of the secret. But far from the end of the world. If you go through all the effort to kill my gigantic minion, taking the damage and everything, then I'm just going to get to play him again. So that's pretty good. That does survive, though. Ooh. You have a 5-attack weapon out there, you can do some damage. Like, I could play this guy and he'd just be a 3-4, and you'd have to waste your weapon to get rid of him, but no, whatever. Just play this. Makes the most sense. I would love it if it survived somehow so that I could fight promote it, but seems unlikely. Or it just needs 2 damage, like a charge or something. Deals 2 damage to this guy. Beyond what he has in the world. Oh, only 1, actually. Math fail. No, you didn't. I get to draw some cards. Hey, you need to get card. This guy won't survive, that's for sure. So, putting this on to draw more cards is not actually amazing. I think I'm going to +1/+1 him, because then he can kill the rock. And then I could heal him for 2. Pointless. Get away, Kodo. Yeah. I've drawn a lot of cards. That must make the math look much less pleasant for my opponent. Especially if he has to take the damage to axe my friggin' gigantic guy again. Oh, and I get him again. This has got to be annoying for you. Yeah. Boo. So this guy would come out as a 3/6. 2 more hits from this thing, and it will deal 1 damage to all minions again. Getting that. This could survive hitting that, though, if I put out a taunt. Let's give it a try. Heal this back up to 4-4. It's really not worth it. Even though it's probably going to die. It's worth a shot, whatever. Opponent is low on cards, so even though I expect him to be able to clear the board without too much difficulty, he's going to kill the one that draws me cards, of course. I'm going to get some value out of this anyway. We're going to go bonk. Might as well play that since it's not a surprise. And now you can surrender. Although, I mean, it wouldn't take many more things to throw me off, but it sure looks bad for you right now. Okay. Well, that's not going to help.
For justice.
Hang on to the healing for now. If my guy doesn't die, I'm probably going to use it. I'm just going to use it on my guy. Just keeping that thing alive would be win. Of course, if you can't kill that thing, then he's probably lost anyway. And he's lost. Okay, excellent. Okay, well, that went pretty well, but it was just a warrior, so we'll see what happens when I run into a real opponent next time. If you like this, please click the eponymous button. And don't forget to subscribe to Demonac Games for more Hearthstone Arena and other gaming videos.